the fields and sticks, those sniper hog lights will do the trick. Suppressed rifles whistling through the trees, just another red fox brought to his knees. Bloodstains cover the ground and leaves. 3 come in and not a single one leaves. Running at the call, these grays are brazen too.
Welcome to the Sniper Hog Lights podcast, hosted by Jason Brooks and Alexander Junda.
Hi, my name's Jason Brooks,
Alexander Junda,
and this is the Sniper Hog Lights podcast, episode number 2. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about hog hunting and how Sniper Hog Lights became a business because of hog hunting.
became Sniper Hog Lights.
Well, I mean, the name speaks for itself.
Yeah.
I mean, it is Sniper Hog Lights, even though we do cater to predator hunters and
Little of everything.
yeah, fishermen. I mean, bass fishermen over here. I mean,
For bait, maybe.
yeah. So, as Rob was growing up in Northern California, there's a lot of hog population up there. Being bow hunters, they experimented with all kinds of different mag lights and different kind of lights that they could fabricate to mount on their bows, and then added, like we talked about last week, with the Cyclops or the Primos light having the filter.
Yes, yep.
They used filter, just paper. So like they go get the red tint and tint out the lenses on a mag light to make it red.
Well, like saran wrap and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's like tint, like red tint, like you would use for a brake light.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
So they would do that, and then they would mount the lights, and they'd go out and shoot pigs with it. And that's what I'm started until Rob moved to Texas.
The home of feral hogs.
Well, I mean, there's one or two, maybe behind every bush, but yeah. So that's when he decided, I need a better light, and there was nothing out there that wasn't a 9-volt style with a bulb and all that. There was no LED lights
and a big bulky battery pack.
Correct, which we got on and talked about last week. And but so he bought all the components, and he started building lights for himself to, be able to see at least really well to a 20, 30-yard feeder. And that's what started the whole Sniper Hog Lights to begin with. And then his buddies started seeing them, and of course they wanted them, and we kind of touched on that a little bit last week. And so that was the evolution of Sniper Hog Lights, getting into full-on building lights,
Right.
and pushing it to other hog hunters in the state of Texas. Now, we prominently bow hunted. Now,
Kind of flip-flopped.
yeah, night vision's become really big with IR, and we run day scopes with red lights and green lights and different stuff to shoot pigs. But we also changed our properties. We had a hog heavy property on the rivers where they were coming to the feeders consistently.
Well, you guys had a lot tighter quarters to hunt down there, too. It wasn't big, wide open pasture land.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, it was. You had the Guadalupe River and the Victoria Barge Canal, so you had a channel. And any given time, you could have 2 feedings going off at night, and you'd have hogs show up at the first feeding, and then a whole different group at the second feeding.
Correct.
So shooting pigs with a bow was super easy. Now we got a lot more open pastures, and it just makes it harder to set up and sit, unless you want to sit and never see anything and have nothing show up.
Until the cows come home.
Yeah, or
pretty
until
much.
you just fall asleep in the stand. There's 1 or 2 things that usually happen. But and that kind of set the tone for the transition from shooting a lot of archery to shooting rifles. Was now, I bought a Polaris Ranger Eevee. We drive around. We're spotting them and stalking them, and if they are at a feeder, obviously we run in our Wise Eye cameras, and we can get it on our phone.
Yeah,
updates
you go hit a feeder. What was what's the benefit of the EV?
Quiet. That's the biggest thing. So when we first got on some of my bigger properties that we have up north, we went up there with the gas buggy, and I corned roads and really tried to be stealthy in our setups because it was a gas buggy, and we still didn't get on any pigs. So then here comes my buddy John Peck, and he's like, "Hey, I got 2. How about we load them up and we'll bring them up? You know, we'll go try hunting your ground. We had 704 Outdoors down, and we had some other folks down. So we had a group of guys, and I was like, dude, that'd be perfect, you know? And first night out up there, we ended up killing 5 big pigs and a coyote. And I was like, yeah, I need an EV. This thing's a lot harder. Because most ranchers, I mean, if you guys know anybody in Texas that owns a ranch and stuff, or even Oklahomans, the ranchers, when they go around and see pigs, they're shooting at them no matter what.
Yeah,
I mean,
so they hear gas buggy and
they're smart.
Yeah.
So, and I guess that's the biggest takeaway that a lot of people don't understand. Yes, we kill a lot of pigs, but pigs are one of the smartest animals on the planet.
Oh, they learn really quick.
And they breed like crazy.
Wow.
So, I mean, I think they said we'd have to, just to maintain the population, we'd have to kill 75% of the population to maintain.
I don't think hunters alone are ever gonna touch that.
No, there's no way. As much as we hunt, much as we try, there's no way.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, like that one night me and you went out here recently, we got a sounder of 50, 60 of them and killed 3 or 4, you know, and because they're going to get in the brush. And did we see that same sounder again? I'm pretty sure, but it was less of them because then they start to disperse as they get older and start doing their own thing. But it's definitely changed a lot. And some guys ask, why don't you still bring your bow with you in the buggy? You have to have somebody that can literally tell you, because you can't be trying to spot and stalk at night, being in complete darkness without having somebody with some sort of rangefinder or something to kind of be like, all right, we're this far.
Yeah, if they're at a feeder or something, I mean, you can go in. We know about what the feeder is going to be at.
Oh, sure.
If you get to this tree or that bush, when you're in a wide open field, I mean, there's nothing to gauge off of.
No, it's just
and they're
wing it.
People don't realize. I mean, it took me a while. They don't stop moving. I mean,
they don't.
When pigs are out in the field, I mean, you got to shoot quick. I mean, you have some time if they're really digging and rooting. But I mean, how many times?
Now, if they're at a feeder, you got to wait for your shot.
Correct.
Because they're cleaning up the corn, so they're constantly moving their heads. And ultimately, I mean, it depends on the caliber you're shooting.
Right.
Me and you run smaller calibers.
Yes.
I mean, that's a totally different, getting into a different subject, but the caliber choice is huge. We shoot a lot of predators too, though, so we run smaller calibers.
Correct.
So depending on where the feeder is, depending on where we are on the property, that's kind of determined on, are we heart shooting or are we head shooting?
Right.
And obviously when you're, going for a headshot and the hogs are constantly doing this, sometimes you don't always hit the mark exactly where you want to.
That's not a big target. As many people think, oh, big, nasty hogs. I mean, their heads are still, and when they're moving, it's not a big target. It really is not.
Well, and a lot of people want to shoot for the neck.
Yes.
Bad choice.
Boy, do they soak it up.
Well, a lot of, so a hog's anatomy, their actual backbone and neck where it connects is a lot lower than most other animals, like deer.
It's not a deer. It's not a deer, people.
No, it's not. And so what happens is they aim for right in that. It's like a U where there is from their shoulder to the back of their head. They'll aim in there, and that's a no man's zone. I mean, you hit in there, they're good. They might fall over, but they're gonna get up and run off. Yeah. And that's something early on that I had to really, really ingrain into people when they come down. It's like, hey, aim behind the ear. If you can get them quartering away, come in right behind the ear and just let that bullet do its damage inside the brain cavity.
And if you were real comfortable, I mean, the best shots ever we had, I mean, if you put it right in that ear hole, they're done.
I mean, yeah, if you're going to ear hole them, just ear hole them. But
now on a broadside shot, we haven't, let's get into if they're looking at you and putting them in there.
You're running smaller calibers, do not shoot straight on. Because if you try to aim right here, that is the thickest part.
Yeah, right in between the eyes, looking at you can be, especially if their head's down a little bit. I mean,
well, it's the thickest part of their skull.
I know.
Is right there in that nose. So what happens is, and I watched it happen with a few guys shooting my 22 Nosler, running a 60 grain bullet. They put it right here and ricochets off their head, knocks them down, and they're like, "Oh yeah, got him." And the next thing you know, he's up running off.
I've been there.
See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. So you're not, you got to be a little that. Now, I've taken some shots where I put it in their eye hole, but I still look for that quartering two.
Right.
I'm not going for the straight on. I'm going for that quartering two. So if you go off the cheekbone and go in, you got a better chance because around the nostril, it's a lot thinner.
Yes.
And you see that when you start to realize the anatomy, and you can see the bone structure when you skin one out.
Yeah.
So you can kind of pick and choose where your shots are. And when it comes to running shots and stuff like that, you're just trying to put a bullet in an animal.
Yeah, and it's tough again with them smaller calibers. I mean, you hit them anywhere you're not supposed to be hitting them. I mean, you're not getting the pig. I mean, let's just be real.
Right.
So
Cooper wants to play ball.
what's up, bud?
You want to be over here? You want to get on here for a minute? Come here. You good boy. So, but yeah, that goes a lot into combat. I mean, my dad, he likes to shoot the 308. John Peck, 308. He also likes to use 6.8 SPC. I run my 224 Valkyrie religiously. I mean, it's my favorite gun. I got comfortable behind it. My 22 Nosler is another gun that I've had it was my first gun I ever built. So I'm really confident.
You killed a lot of pigs with that gun, especially back in the day.
Oh yeah. So I got really confident with it, and confidence is the biggest thing. And that's like even when, other guys come down, I'd always, if they didn't bring their own rifles, I'd let them shoot mine. But there was a lot of missing going on because they weren't comfortable with that gun. They've never shot it before.
Especially trying to put it in the ear or wherever in the head. I mean, it's a smaller target. Most guys, especially coming from up north, we're waiting, like deer hunters. We're waiting for that broadside shot.
Everybody's a deer hunter. So and everybody wants to try to pull that over into, predator hunting and hog hunting. And it's not quite the same. And that is kind of like we had a conversation, but just this weekend, I had a conversation with a guy about why I choose night vision and day and day scopes and, red lights over ever putting a thermal on a gun. Mm-hmm. And that's just because with predators, whether you're shooting a bobcat, a fox, a coyote, if you're not really focused on which way they're quartered to you when they come in, because they can be a little quartered to you, and you can't really tell that in a thermal sometimes at all.
You're missing vitals.
So, you're going into the guts and not hitting the lungs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, because what happens is if you have one quartering to you, and you come, let's say you have it quartering to you, and you're aiming straight for the shoulder, or to you, sorry, and you're aiming straight for the shoulder. You go come right off that shoulder. You're going into the guts.
Oh
okay?
yeah.
Now if they're quartering,
he's going to run.
Sure. Now if you're going away, so for me, I'm going to aim inside front shoulder because I want to go into the heart. I want to go into the lungs. I want to blow all the vitals up. So I'm always going for a quartering two. I'm going right up there. If he's quartering away, then obviously I'm going to come behind.
Correct.
But with thermal, and guys talk about runners, and that's part of the reason why guys get runners, or the animal goes down, but then they get up and run off, and it's like, well, I put it right behind the shoulder, right? But which way was the animal facing 100% to say I put it right behind the shoulder? And that's the type of kind of reasons why we run the setups we run is because, and we have higher success recovering animals is because we can see them for exactly what they are.
Yes.
We know exactly where they're sit, which way they're angled, which way they're everything, and which with headshots helps out a lot. I mean, even if you've hunted with John the last few times, even you hunted him with him the other night by him with just you two. And, he also doesn't see brush.
Right.
He can't always see all the brush that's in there as the heat comes out of it all throughout the night. And, we'll run till 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and then the heat's gone by 1, 2 o'clock. Yeah. All the heat's out of everything.
Yep.
So you can't see all the little rose hedge, mesquite branches, and all that stuff. But that's going to give you bullet deflection. But for guys like us,
that's even bigger for guys like us shooting smaller calibers. I mean, we hit a twig, we're done.
It's over.
Yeah.
And so that's why setups and talking about setups and different setups people want to use or get into. If you ever have any questions, never hesitate to give me a call. Like I always try to help out. Like I had a guy call me a little bit ago and he wanted he bought a Zulus 4K.
Nice.
And he's setting it up for his wife and kids, and he wanted it for deer hunting and with the day mode, and then being able to switch over to night. But he's wanting an IR light for it. He goes, "How good do you think the 30LRX would be?" I said, "Phenomenal. I mean, it's a great little light. It's going to work for everything that you're going to want to do for predator hunting. It's going to, because you're not probably going to take any shots past 200 at night anyway." Mm-hmm. And people don't realize 200 yards at night is a far shot.
It's calling a poke. I don't care who you are.
Yeah. So it's
I don't like them over 100 most of the time.
I like them in my lap.
Yeah.
I mean, and that I guess that goes back to calling skills and playing the right sound and working the animal to get them closer
Right.
to you. But that's a subject for another day.
Yeah, let's stay on the hogs here.
Yeah. So the biggest thing with hogs early on too was we ate them all. You know, every time we shot a pig, we cut it up, right?
You do that?
We did it today.
Everybody,
We cleaned one up that
but
we
I
shot.
thought they're not worth a shit.
You just throw them in a ditch.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they're phenomenal. The misconception is, and I think what happens a lot of times is guys that process, like cut up animals and stuff, they don't really process all their own meat, so they
Correct.
just cut it up.
Yep.
Well, the first thing they want to do, because usually it's hot, especially here in Texas, is
They want to gut it
ice.
and gut them. They
Right.
want to gut them.
Right. So, but it's ice, which is water,
Yep.
which then can breed bacteria. And if it sits in the water, then you are going to breed bacteria.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the first and foremost thing everybody wants to do. Now, is icing okay? Sure. But I would definitely put it in a plastic bag or something like that if you're going to put it in ice.
Yeah, if
first and
if you got to
foremost.
transport it,
Right.
don't let the water touch the meat.
Right. So, and for us, we've always had extra fridges around. So we'll take the Cabela's tubs, cut up the animal, put them in the fridge, and let it rest for, in this case, with 7 days,
yeah.
a week, a full week.
How nice was cutting that meat today, though?
It was fantastic. And it's going to be
no,
good.
no blood, no mess. Literally, just take the silver skin and the fat away. And people, I think there's a lot of people in Texas who have yet to even try one. I think they shoot them and leave them. I think there's a lot.
And that's because they heard they taste like crap. And that's a personal opinion,
Well,
and that's
the problem is everyone's put all these other game animals on a pedestal, right?
a deer hunting,
Especially.
turkey
And-
hunting,
Right. Well, turkeys are pretty damn good.
duck hunting,
Correct.
predator hunting.
Well,
All of them are on a pedestal these days.
I'm not eating no coyote.
Well-
I'm talking about table fare.
Okay,
Talking
table
about
fare.
table
Okay,
fare.
okay, fair enough. Fair
So
enough.
you got all these other things out there, but man, I'm going to tell you right now, and you guys could call me crazy. I'd rather have a big old wild hog with good fat on him
Mhm.
that's eating what he's supposed to be eating than a lean deer any day of the week.
100%. Well,
There's no flavor.
the thing about us here, and I can relate with some guys in different parts of Texas. There's not a lot of good foliage, protein,
Right.
all that stuff for the hogs to eat. So they will find scraps and they will eat just about anything.
Well, they're survivors.
They can survive in some of the harshest conditions on the planet. And that is kind of, I think, part of the reason too, is a lot of guys have had a bad experience with a pig that didn't taste good. We deal with acorns, pecans, persimmons. So, and then you have wild onions
And lots of corn.
and lots of corn. So they don't have to, well, as we know, they don't have to go to feeders. So they're eating all the
Yeah.
foliage that's walking around right now, just eating the grass. They're eating the tops off whatever brush that is.
I honestly think, look at the amount of grasshoppers right now. You can't tell me a hog can walk down a road and just sit there and pick grasshoppers all night long.
And they could be doing that. Yeah. That's probably what they were doing that night. We seen them going through the taller grass, just picking some.
Correct.
They can be picking grass, but they also like the tops of wheat.
Right,
They will eat the
right.
seeds off the tops of the wheat. So, because I've watched them do that several times. But normally, if you got a hog that's rooting, if it's wet, it's going to be grubs and wild onions down here in this part of the world. And wild onions, man, we grow those things like crazy.
They love them too.
Yeah,
Oh
it's
my God.
but yeah, it's a misconception. If you cut one open, and there's been times that we've cut them open and they smell like maple syrup.
My mouth waters.
Yeah, it's like, oh my gosh, this thing smells so good.
That's funny. The other day, me and John Peck went and had breakfast, and on the way back, he just happened to put his hand up to his nose, and he's like, "Man, my mind is messed up right now." I said, "What do you mean, buddy?" He's like, "Well, I just had them pancakes." I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "I smell my hands," and I'm like, "Man, I thought I washed my hands after me and you loaded that hog up in the buggy this morning." Maple syrup he had with his pancakes, but that's a guy who hunts hogs enough. When you smell maple syrup, you think of that good big boar.
He's not a big on cutting hogs up.
No.
But there's a lot more involved. You got fleas, you got ticks.
But
you
no matter what, if you've grabbed a hold and drug a pig down around this area and you smell your hands after, most of the time, what do they smell like?
Maple syrup.
Yep.
Yeah. So, and that's just because of the good stuff they get to eat down there. But the population is good. We fight here, especially now with all my new properties, and we got a good amount of land now that we hunt. But a lot of the things we fight here is not having rivers close by.
Correct.
So, but because we hunt a lot of pasture land, and at the same time, we've had a lot of rain this year, which has been great. We needed it severely, but now all the ranchers are just spraying weeds, so they're not shredding. So the grass is, when you got pigs this tall and grass this tall, it makes it really hard to see.
You cannot see them. I don't care what thermal scanner you have. You ain't seeing them.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
You're not, unless you, I talked to one of my landowners here a couple weeks ago, and he was like, how's it been out there? Because I know its grass is starting to grow really tall and this and that. I said, I'm going to be honest. If I have to buy a thermal drone just to figure out where they are, but even still, it wouldn't even. There's no point, because when we would be able to get on them, the odds of them being out in the open enough for us to get shots on them would be almost impossible without being 25 feet up.
And another key factor is, I mean, you could find them, but if your wind's wrong, I mean, how important is the wind with a pig?
Wind is huge, because pigs live and die by their nose.
Yeah,
a lot of people, their hearing.
Subpar.
Well, if it's super quiet, they hear just about everything. But
you can get away a little more with a bump or stepping on a twig or something.
Sure. But the nose is the first and foremost, and that's what really if you can play the wind. I mean, for instance, you got on that pig the other few weeks ago with the shotgun. Yeah. I mean, you were close. But if you got the wind, you can do it.
Yeah,
and
as long as you're quiet and sneak in, I mean.
And that's just another fun way to hunt pigs, right? It's switching it up, shoot them with a bow, shoot them with a shotgun, shoot them with rifles. You can get out there with a blow dart if you want. We got one.
Take a spear and run them down. And
don't be scared.
Yeah,
just be about it.
I'm kind of looking at you about the cannon down the road here. You got me thinking.
Shoot a hog with a cannon? Come on.
Yeah,
can do it. Yeah, that's the beauty of it. It's just getting them. The easiest way to do that would obviously be have them set up in the middle of a field or at a feeder to shoot them with a cannon. Yeah. I have seen guys do it, but it's a process. I don't know if you could do it, because your patience for non-success is very thin. Very thin.
I don't want to hear it. I spent 8 days running around with you in Canada for a moose. I don't want to hear it.
And we were successful.
Yeah.
Phone's ringing.
I'm
not going to answer it.
A business call?
Yeah, it's all good.
Okay.
We'll return it. It's after hours. So
we're closed, people. Just 5 o'clock.
No, technically yes, but if it's a good phone call, I'll return it. A lot of times it's spam this time of night. So, but I guess I should have turned that on silent.
It's okay.
It's all right.
We're new with this.
Well, this is our podcast room, also known as the gun room.
The war room.
The war room. Yeah, that's a good word. It's got a little bit of everything in here. Got my Fox Pro over there. And we got some stuff scattered around. Yeah. A little bit here and there. But we try to keep it clean. Keep it nice and fancy so everybody can see what it looks like in here.
Absolutely.
But what other topics you want to talk about on hog hunting, buddy? I know, because you're not new to hog hunting, because you've been doing it with me for several years now. But at the same time, it's still kind of new. I mean, you've had some good success on your own and taking out some other folks. And what are some of the things that you try to? Let's say there's a sounder out in the middle of the field. Mm-hmm. What's your point of attack?
Figure out which way the wind's going. Number one, that's the only main thing in my mind is.
So I got to. And I'm not trying to get back onto the predator subject.
No,
but,
go ahead.
So a lot of guys will give predators the wind. A lot of guys will do crosswinds.
Yep.
Why not do that with pigs?
Because you can get away with a little bit every now and then with the predators, I feel like.
Well, okay. So
how many times have we had a coyote, fox, cat, whatever, come straight downwind and not even glance up?
So here's my next question.
Go ahead. What
if they're 400 yards away?
I got my buddies Evie that I can drive around and make a big loop on them.
Yeah, there's that. So there's a lot of.
I mean, if
my
you-
point is
if-
you can, like, for instance, the back feeder at Granny at one of our properties, they you have to give them the wind to even see if they're there.
Correct.
There's
but you're far enough away that you
Correct.
can get away with it.
So the nose is great, but a lot of times, obviously, with thermals are heat and different things rising from the earth,
Right.
is that it's going to, change the trajectory of the wind, going up, going around, whatever. The biggest problem is when you get swirly winds. You get
Yeah.
around in an area where it's tight, and you get in on them, and you got swirly winds.
I feel like there's that fine bubble that if you're far enough away, you can get away with it because they probably have your scent, right? But it's
Sure.
not strong enough to be like, okay, something is on top of me, danger's right here. There's definitely that threshold of a bubble where when you hit it, they're gone and they're not coming back. I don't care who you are. When a pig gets a whiff of you, it's not like a deer. He'll sit there and blow. They run. That's it.
That's it. They are very no BS animals. They're just I'm out of here.
Yeah.
And we actually had that kind of happen to us a little bit not long ago. We took my dad out, and they didn't smell us. We had the downwind, but we had a landowner that decided to ruin the hunt for us. But that's okay. It's part of it.
We got their number. It's okay.
Yeah.
The
We
pigs.
know,
The pigs.
we know where they are.
Yeah.
But as far as caliber wise on the rifles you
Yeah,
shoot
yeah,
with your
let's
22 Nosler,
Let's touch on that.
what grain bullet do you like to shoot out of your Nosler now, because you are shooting a smaller caliber?
Right. So originally I've been shooting 53s because again, it's just been straight predators. But coming down here, I had a whole. You all right? Oh, Cooper, you want your ball? I had a whole ammo can of 77s that I haven't been shooting because a little heavy in my mind for shooting coyotes and stuff. But anyway.
Well, it's heavy for fox for sure.
Oh yeah,
and you're a
wow.
fox hunter, so
Yeah.
that's you've shot fox with 77s, but it was a pass through, and
They flip around,
They
man.
do a bunch of
It's-
flopping.
Yeah, I don't like. But anyway, them 77s out of Nosler have been good. I mean, I've been knocking most pigs straight down with
Yeah.
it.
shot placements, obviously, the
Yeah.
points we talked about earlier is a huge thing. But you've shoulder shot a bunch, and they just go straight
They-
down. Size of pig has a lot to do with it too. You get into them 180, 200, 220, 240, anything over that. I'm going to say 180. I think that's like the threshold where they look big.
And they
right?
start soaking it up.
They can soak up.
I mean, look at that blondie I shot the other day in the daylight with John. I mean, we were
Grendel.
Yeah,
120.
120 grain bullet, and he took it granted the pig only ran 30 yards, but he took it like a champ. You're like, I don't know, he might be gone.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Like I have a Grendel that actually shot for many years, and all the guys that, you and anybody else that's come down, it's kind of been the gun to go
It
to.
normally drops them.
Well, yeah. 123 SSTs from Druid Hill Armory have been phenomenal out of that thing.
And what's nice about that is you have a new hog hunter, first time hog hunter, you take them out. I really would not put them on one of our Noslers or a Valk anymore. I feel way more comfortable with that.
Well, yeah,
bigger
because they can
bullet.
shoulder shoot 'em.
That's my point.
And yes, the hogs are most likely going to run.
But they run 20, 30 yards
Right,
normally.
and they're falling over.
Yeah.
So that and that's why, like, for instance, we took my dad out, and he was shooting a 308, and he went for a headshot. It's not what I would have recommended running a 308, being 150 grain
Put
bullet.
it right on the shoulder.
Put it on the shoulder, pull the
trigger.
trigger. We would have watched it fall down in the
Yeah,
field.
especially when you're in a wide open field. I ain't got to worry about him getting in the brush or property lines.
That was a big field.
Put it right on his shoulder and send it. That's
That's it.
That's your highest percentage as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, 100%. And that's why, like, when guys ask what caliber you should go, I said whatever one you feel comfortable with. Like, I got guys that I've talked to over the years. They're like, hey, we're planning a trip to Texas. What kind of bullets do you shoot into this caliber? Because they run smaller calibers because they're predator hunters.
Right.
So they what kind of calibers, what kind of bullet size should I shoot to be able to penetrate a hog? Depending on size and this and that. And I said, man, go with the heaviest grain you can that your gun's gonna like.
Correct.
Because I got two 224 Valkyries, and they do not like the exact same ammo.
When it comes to pigs, I mean, most guys are like, oh, less is more. More is better.
More is
when
more.
It comes to hogs.
More is
Knock them down.
Yeah,
Man.
I mean, a lot of people talk about 6'5" Creedmoor, but I've never lost a pig to my 6'5" Creedmoor.
Really?
Never.
Didn't know that.
Not one time. And I've shot 140s out of it the whole time. Same thing with the Grendel shot placement. I've seen some people, put bullets in them, and they died. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure the hogs died, but we didn't find them. Yeah, it's a dead pig run. We just didn't find them. And that's what you run into even with us. Like, don't get me wrong. I've shot pigs. If I got a wide open field and I'm in the middle of it, and I got a sounder there, I'm going to put it on the shoulder. It's a more high percentage shot than me going for a headshot. Now, if I'm on a fence line in a field, I'm going for the headshot. I don't want them going across the fence line. Yeah, we have a lot of breaks in our properties where there's a fence line and a fence line and a fence line and a fence line. So we're constantly having to fight fence lines as it is.
To even get to the pigs.
Oh, yeah. So I'm trying to keep them on our side of it, especially for the wind, because, landowners split the fields up for their cows, because they got to move them from field to field, and so they can have hay grazing. And so I don't blame them, but at the same time, for us as hog hunters, it does make being able to maneuver and being on that downwind, which goes back to my point earlier. There's times when you need to try to get downwind, and there's times you cannot. And then it's just, let's see how close we can get and try to play the angle. And I've been successful at it. I mean, we literally rolled up on a pig with white lights on the buggy the other night. We rolled up on that board.
That was pretty wild, not going to lie.
Yeah. So, and that's not something that happens all the time, but the grass is higher than
he felt comfortable.
He was comfortable, and he never seen us coming. Yeah. I mean, you didn't hear us coming, that's for sure. But we had the white lights on, just headed to, we had already shot a pig, and we also ended up taking that pig as well. But that's the one we cut up and had for, they're going to be having for dinner.
The back straps are marinating as we speak.
Yeah. Now, I'm not going to say we cut up every pig.
No, let's be real about it. I mean, let me backtrack real quick. So why do we kill the amount of pigs that we kill for landowners?
Because my landowners hate them.
Yep.
And they
tell it the way it is.
They straight up, hogs root the crap out of hay pastures. And what is the hardest thing on a tractor? Driving through ruts, driving through hog rooting. And when they're tearing up their hay pasture, and all the ranchers down here rely on their hay to feed their cows when it's hot and dry and nasty. So
all winter,
they need the hay. So the biggest thing for me, and that's why, we have a lot of success in certain parts of the year and not so much the other parts, because when it does start to dry up, the hogs aren't in the fields.
Where do they go?
Oh, they go to water.
Yeah.
They go to the rivers. We got the San Antonio River, we got the Guadalupe River, we got Coleto Creek, we got Presidio Creek, we got so many other fresh water sources that they can go to, that they're going to hang around more often than just sticking around where we're at.
They're not going to be far from it.
No. And that's the pros and cons, I guess, to, when you go to try to get land or lease property or whatever you're doing. If you're really wanting to shoot pigs, it's really good to look for river bottom properties.
Well, and it's more, you want that little bit of movement in the water too, right? Than stagnant.
Sure. Yeah. Because we do have Presidio Creek. Like, when it rains, it holds water.
Right.
And you will have more pig activity when it holds water, because they'll go down and wallow in it, and they do like that. But at the same time,
fresh water,
they drink it, and because one of the big things that hogs do like too, though, is fish. Oh. Hogs are highly freaking attracted to fish.
Okay.
So they love eating fish. Why? I don't know. I like fish.
Who doesn't like fish?
I mean, that's true.
Yeah.
I mean, so I guess it's because, you go catch fish and throw out carcasses, and I guarantee you're going to have hogs come to the carcasses.
Yeah.
Actually, some of my good buddies that are into attractants and different things, they live and die by fish, adding fish into their attractants.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Oh. So there's a lot of good scent attractant companies out there, and scent companies that use some stuff that's really good. You know, in particular, Extreme Hunting 365, Gold Digger out of Tennessee, just to name a couple that I like.
And what, they just add fish oils and stuff to attract?
Just things that they know, because they've tested it, obviously.
Right.
And that's the thing. And if you call them and ask them, like, hey, what do what is it that you use that makes it? They'll tell you.
Yeah.
And that's one thing about being transparent with their businesses, like us. They like to, tell them the reason why it's going to be successful because they use certain ingredients that are good for them.
If it works, it works.
That's it. Because there's a lot. Because I mean, there's a lot of guys that are like, well, use Kool-Aid, use diesel fuel, use this, and it may work where they're at. It don't work for
the
me.
diesel fuel thing. I still can't. I don't know where that came from. I don't know how. But there ain't a pig out there that's gonna eat diesel fuel. I don't care.
I don't know. They do. They go to it. I'm not going to say it's just because of diesel fuel.
I think they go to smell,
maybe,
but they won't.
Yeah,
he ain't gonna eat it.
I don't know. We'll have to find somebody that uses diesel fuel to have on, so we can ask a good question.
If anybody is listening,
and you use diesel fuel as an attractant,
it
let us
works.
know.
I want to know if it works.
Yeah, because I've tried it, just for giggles. I've tried everything. I've tried so many different things. Texas hog bait, raging boars, different stuff. And I'm not saying their stuff doesn't work, but it doesn't work that good here.
Yeah.
It's not bringing them in like you would hope that other people, the same success level. Because a lot of guys use that for trapping, and the hogs go in the traps.
Correct.
And I can't get hogs to come to corn.
Gee, the deer clean it up before the pigs ever find it.
Sure. Yeah. And that's I guess that another takeaway from hand corning, because if you hand corn, you're going to have more activity, and guys know that just from deer hunting and everything. If you hand corn a spot, you're going to get hogs to it faster than you will doing a feeder. Yeah. So that's why we went out and corned roads, and we ended up shooting a pig off the corned roads.
It worked the other night.
Well, we can't really call them roads. It's a trail. We got our tracks that
the grass is this tall.
Yeah, it's not really much of a road right now.
But it worked.
It worked. Yeah, and that's what I like to do whenever I know for sure that we got some guys, like especially my family and friends. My in-laws are coming down, stuff like that. I will go out early, corn a bunch of roads, and just get the hogs comfortable coming into the corn road area. That way they're not having to go to
How many
feeders.
days before would you?
I usually start doing it two,
yeah.
just so I do 2 days back to back, and then I'll do it the day before we go hunt.
Yeah.
Just because then they're custom. But you are going to get deer that clear it up. We got a lot of deer. I mean, there's no doubt about it.
That's an understatement.
So so the deer are going to clean up a lot of the residual corn, and then you hope the hogs find it before they do,
right.
Before they clean it up. But at the same time, it also depends on the time of year. Obviously, you've seen being down here as long as you have this year.
The transition.
You've got to see how we had a wet spring. A wetter spring, but then we rolled into summer and it stayed wet, which allowed us to have an extended time of hunting and success compared to now. It gets tough. And you can go out and kill one or two here and there, but it does get a lot tougher. It's a lot harder to make stacks. Now, in different parts of the state and different parts of the country, guys are going out and they're for sure having success because they're pulling crops.
Yeah.
They're pulling wheat. They're pulling corn.
Over.
They're pulling different crops. So guys, those areas, the guys are freaking wearing them out because they're getting all of that residual from leftover
it's a giant
farming.
It's a giant bait station.
Oh, 100%.
You cut a cornfield. I mean, the pigs were in the cornfield to begin with, but they couldn't see them.
Shoot, a big boar will clear out an acre worth of corn easily in a night.
Yeah.
If they're just in there eating corn, on the stalk, and that's why ranchers want them gone, especially farmers. But I don't have a bunch of farmland. Actually, I don't think I have any farmland. If we're talking about straight farming land, as far as cropland goes, I don't have any properties that have it. So it's all pasture land. So it's a little bit different, and I have to plan accordingly. And that's the hardest part for us is having to plan, to be able to bring success to whoever comes down. It puts pressure. You don't think of it as pressure, but it is because I want whoever comes down to hang out to be successful. I want my in-laws when they come down, I want them to be successful. I want my dad to be successful. I want anytime you come down, I want you to be successful. Or any of my other friends, when they come down, I want them to be successful. So it puts a lot of pressure. And now you've learned that, a little bit of pressure on, all right, we're driving around in buggies looking for these things. We're not just going to bait sites. We're going to, because a lot of my properties, we don't have feeders on. So it is straight just run and gun, no hold bar, hopefully see him and shoot him.
Let's be real though. What is the most fun way of killing pigs?
That way.
Yeah.
I enjoy it. And a lot of guys would say, why don't you get a thermal drone and fly the property, then you know where they are and this and that. And I'm going, well,
it takes the surprise factor out of it.
Right. It takes the hunting part out of it, right? Because now you're locating and then you're eradicating. And there's there's a huge difference between hunting and eradicating. And that's what I try to tell people and talk to people about, is that difference.
Yeah.
If we're going out to eradicate, sure, I would want to have every advantage possible to be able to eradicate. And that goes to the difference of an optic choice. You know, eradicators, they're trying to go 100% thermal.
Yeah.
Because they're trying to eradicate, and they want to be able to try to put bullets in as many as they can. And they don't care if they recover them.
So here's a question for you again, the eradication, you know, blah, blah, blah. What's your stamp? I know what me and you do, right? We like to go out. We like to have pigs. We like to hunt pigs. Eradication wise, guys want to get rid of them, right?
Sure.
You want them gone. How would you yourself feel if there were no wild hogs left in the state of Texas?
It'd break my heart.
Okay.
I like hunting pigs. That's my thing. When I hang out with you, you're a predator hunter.
Yep.
He's a predator hunter through and through. It's in his blood. Like, he loves it. He could sit there for 20 minutes, and he don't like making stands for 20 minutes, but he can. He can sit there for 20 minutes hoping to see a set of eyes. You sit me there past 10 minutes, and I'm like, all right, I'm ready to go. Nothing's coming. Let's go. Like, we got to go find something to shoot at.
He starts scratching his
let's
arms,
go
his
find-
face.
Let's go find a pig. Like, I can't. If I know we're going for a predator hunt, I have a little open mind to be like, all right, we're going to be sitting here for at least 10 to 15 minutes making a stand. But if it's just like we're going hunting and we're going to go chase pigs and then throw a predator stand in here and there, when it comes time to be, and we haven't got any pigs down yet, I'm like, let's keep moving. I want to keep moving. Let's find them. They're here. I know there's some
He's
here
such
somewhere.
a pain in the ass.
So that's me. I like shooting pigs. My landowners want the pigs gone. They like the predators gone. Don't get me wrong. They like it when we shoot the coyotes and so like that. But it's just I just like moving. The sitting still, and that's why it's hard for me to deer hunt now. A lot of guys like, man, you don't deer hunt like you used to. Like it's not spot and stock style. I mean, you can kinda, but still you're gonna get picked off and busted in the brush here. If you got a buck or doe coming through the brush and you're trying to spot and stalk it, they're gonna pick you off before you even see them.
I think you need to just wait for the rut and play a little more with the horns and call it a day.
We could do that.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think that would get you.
But the problem with here is, and this is another thing, if you want to get on a deer hunting subject, the problem with here is our rut starts opening day and goes till the end of the season.
Yeah. Yep.
So it's not like there's a prime time rut time.
it's
so
open.
It's open. Now, don't get me wrong. Obviously, there's areas in November and early December where there's
peaks,
peakers,
yeah.
but it's not down here. It's just different. I mean, we've had them rutting in the yard in September.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, bucks chasing
She
does.
comes in the heat. And
Oh, they're
game
chasing.
on.
Yeah. So, and then we've had them running them all the way till March. It's like, this should have been over like months ago, and it's not. But that's a totally different subject.
Yeah, we can get on deer. This is not going to turn to a deer hunting podcast. I don't care.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
We are a night hunting group around here. A lot of guys like talking deer hunting and stuff, but deer hunting's become boring to me. After going elk hunting, now moose hunting, and then, I mean, sitting on a moose stand for 2 hours is bad, but it was worth it.
Yeah, but I mean, the excitement of that was you
got
know,
to see the moose.
Yeah, you don't know when he's coming.
No. And I think that's what gets you excited, because you don't know.
Calling? Oh yeah.
You always have that.
Let's not go down that rabbit hole. That's never.
Yeah, that's another
topic.
day.
We're on pigs.
Yeah, we're on
Let's
pigs. What gets you excited? I mean, you obviously now are here, and you've always been happy every time you shoot a pig. What's your feelings, and what do you like about pig hog hunting? We'll touch on real quick before we cut this bad boy off.
Number one is eating them.
Oh, 100%.
That
was the number one reason why we even went. Why we hunted so much.
I'm sold on eating them. I mean, they're great by themselves, but God, do they make plain deer grind phenomenal that I actually want to eat. I can eat it every day now because there's flavor to it. The pigs give it flavor.
Sure.
They have a fat content to them. They're just, I don't know.
And we also add bacon fat to it if we need to, which is good.
Well, that's a pig.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so it's hog with hog.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's the Joe was huge. Rob, huge on. We cut up a lot of pigs, and that's why bow hunting them. A lot of times it was a one and done. I mean, you're going to shoot one, you're taking it home, and you're cleaning it.
No, that's what we I mean, even when, I took clients out this year to guide. I mean, it was literally, if you want to eat a pig, we're done. It's 2 hour rule, man. They get stiff and bloated. I ain't cutting them up.
Well, that's the thing too, is that's even when you first started coming down, it was, I told you out the gate, like, hey, do you want hog to take home or to eat? Because
or are we just going to kill?
Are we going to go try to put a few down? Because as soon as you shoot one, I mean, if that's the one you want to cut up, I mean, it's a 2 hour I'm 2 hours, because I'm not gutting them.
Nope.
I don't gut pigs. I don't gut deer. A lot of guys get on the subject of, well, just gut them and then you can just, they'll last longer. I don't gut. Okay. So, because there's no reason for it. Not the way that we cut up pigs. I can still quarter it, get out the tenderloins
everything.
and everything. I can take the ribs. I can do everything I want to do without gutting it on the tailgate.
Never pop a stomach.
And that's something that I've shared on our YouTube channel and different things, is me doing that. And I will do another one. I can do a little video over us cutting one up.
Next after we eat this one up, next one we do, we should.
Well, we'll do a video over cutting it up, and everybody can see how we process it and do whatever. I mean, we share what's processing them, but I mean quartering it and everything else that we do. So,
but no, I'll tell you what. I mean, back to the whole eradication gone. I mean, I personally would hate to see the day there's no pigs. I mean, it literally.
But I don't know if you could eradicate pigs indefinitely.
If there was a way, the only reason I said it is because
they're trying.
You got guys who are get rid of them, but these are also the same guys who have made businesses out of hunting hogs.
Sure.
And I feel like those guys who preach about we were trying to get rid of them all, those are the first guys I'd be crying if we actually accomplished that. So I don't know.
Well, at the end of the day, hunters are their own worst enemy.
Well,
we had this subject. We had this conversation today, but that's on for another episode. Yeah. We'll talk about different things and our opinions on the industry and how it spreads.
Ego.
How social media and egos have changed the game and changed the way everybody looks at things and everything. And we try to keep it real. Like, I try to keep it 100% real. I'm not here to try to push anybody to do one thing or the other. I want everybody to have fun and be happy no matter what you shoot. If a guy comes down with me or I have a kid or something else and all they have a chance to shoot is a piglet, shoot the dang piglet. I want you to say you killed a hog.
What was my first pig?
Well, your first pig should have been a nice big boar, but we didn't know that the scope was a little loose on the mount. You
could shake it on the gun, people.
The mount was loose on the gun, so but that's what happens when you let a bunch of guys always use your stuff. I'm not blaming you.
It's the first time I ever used it.
No, but I had other people that use it, and they didn't let me know that it was a little wobbly, so I didn't check it or anything, which is another reason why you should check your gear before you go out.
Yeah.
Always check your gear. I mean, if you're running digital optics and stuff, make sure you got the battery charged. You have everything ready to go. Got extra batteries and stuff. I carry around an extra case. I think I've said that before, but always have extra stuff. So when you get out there, you're not wasting a trip.
Yeah.
Right. And that's the thing. Time is the one thing that we never get back.
Yeah.
So always try to use the most amount of preparation so you're not wasting your time.
Right.
But
right.
Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this podcast this week. This was a little bit different. We want to talk about why we like hog hunting, why we hog hunt and different things, but we'll touch on some different subjects coming up. Junda's been writing up some good ones, so we'll see what the next one brings.
I like it. Hogs, they're a fan favorite in this house.
They're a fan favorite because they eat good and they're fun to shoot at, and they're around. So it makes it fun. And as far as Leonard goes, I try to kill all the hogs we see.
Oh yeah.
Like, I don't want anybody to think that, like, oh yeah, well, you guys like to eat them and you only shoot certain ones and this and that.
No, when we see them, when we
are
are out, we kill them. Now, if we kill a meat hog, we kill that meat hog and we come home.
Right.
We're done.
Right. But we are not just like trying to go out and kill a few here and there and then let them go so they grow.
Because boy, they are fun to shoot.
Yeah.
They are fun.
But anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Yep. And once again, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or, just want to give us a call to talk about different setups or whatever we're doing, just let us know.
Yeah, we're always here.
Until next time.
See you later, guys. Be
good. Have a good one.